Okay, today is February the 12th, 2017. Right now at 9:30 p.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a temperature of 53 degrees. The relative humidity is 51%. The barometer is reading 30.04, which is steady, and the dew point is 35 degrees. We had windy, clear conditions all day today, except for in the evening hours. We began to see some heavy chemtrail spraying as this moisture field approaches Southern California. Otherwise, we had about 100-mile visibility today. I was up in the mountains at about 6,000 feet looking out, and I could see San Clemente Island. All the Channel Islands were visible today from the mountaintops of the San Gabriel Mountains. So we could see all over the place today. And then as the evening approached, late afternoon, we could see this moisture field approaching, which was all laden with chemtrails. Now up here, there actually right now on the Doppler map, there is no rain showing up on the up in California. Let's go ahead and refresh that, and we'll come right back to it. But we can see that we've got a Pineapple Express flow continuing to move right into a portion of Northern California and into Oregon. And we have this upper level low pressure system. This is a surface to upper level low, which moved down through California, through Los Angeles, right over LA last night. And that's why we had all that wind, because there's a high pressure from a transmitter. We can see the outline of that right here, which is forcing descending air right into the core, right into the center of that weather system. We can see the anomalies here. We see dark areas form. The rotation is there's a lot of turbulence inside of the vortex of this system, and that indicates that there is some manipulation occurring. We see descending air in this area, and that is showing up on the 500 millibar map and also on the 300 millibar map. The isobars have squiggly lines, and that is because of the transmitter manipulation going on right on top of this system. Now, when this was over LA last night, there was no development. We had no rain here, no moisture wrapping around. That has all changed as this has moved east. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Doppler map right now. We can see that California is dry for the time being, and that's a good thing for Oroville. The Oroville Dam is at a critical point right now, and the people there that maintain that dam believe that the emergency spillway may collapse. It's never been used, and there are leaks that have been discovered today. And so what they've done is they've opened up the floodgates on the damaged main spillway, which has been dumping around 40 to 50,000 cubic feet per second of water over that weir. But today they opened it up to 100,000 cubic feet of water per second down that damaged spillway to try to drain that lake as fast as possible, because if the emergency spillway fails, that will allow 10 feet of that lake to quickly flow down that mountainside. And this is all being covered on YouTube. There's a couple of live feeds, KCRA, I believe, Channel 3, which is an NBC affiliate, is covering that live on YouTube during the day. All right, so right now there's no rain in California. We see that upper level low right down here is generating a lot of precipitation and snow out here in New Mexico and Arizona. Let's go back to the big map. We can see a transmitter generated a blockade channel built in here, and that will separate and prevent this Pineapple Express moisture field from wrapping in to the vortex right here. So this has all been shielded. It's been blockaded by that transmitter, and that's what's causing this dark area here. This is a blockade, sort of like an electronic fence. None of this moisture is getting past that area into that vortex. So we had an opportunity for rain yesterday as this passed right over us. We had a lot of wind today, as I mentioned, starting last night about 8 p.m. Actually about 7:30, somewhere in there. But during the day yesterday, it was very cloudy and damp. It looked like it was going to rain. There was thunderheads. I didn't see any chemtrails. Uh, but in this moisture field here, there is a lot of chemtrail spraying going on. Take a look at that in the SSEC map. Now here's the infrared loop. We can see the channel built in here. And also right here, we have a lot of outflow adjacent to this upper level low pressure system. There's outflow just to the west of that. So we've got clockwise descending air right here, and we've got counterclockwise rising air over here. And so that's going to generate wind right down between the two pressure gradients, and that's why we had a lot of wind. Now the wind would pick up, would be very strong for several minutes, and it would die down, and it would pick up again. So that's the transmitters at work. They heat the area. We see the outflow, and then they have to hit it again in order to maintain that pressure gradient. Otherwise, this flows away and the pressure drops. So it's like a switch. They have to maintain pressure by pulsing the transmitters and making sure that they maintain a certain amount of pressure to do what they're doing. Right now, it looks like they're blocking this flow into central and southern California. As I mentioned, there's no rain showing up in California, so that means that Northern California, based on what we're seeing here, is getting probably a lot of chemtrail spraying going on because there is no rain showing up anywhere in the entire state. So we'll probably hear from people in the Bay Area and up here that are going to see a lot of chemtrail spraying. Down here again, we can see that outflow adjacent to this upper level low. Right here we have something trying to develop. I've got a transmitter a channel built in through this area to make sure that everything remains separated. These three moisture fields are all separated from one another. Okay. Now we have the SSEC map, the water vapor map, and we can see some of these trails, these chemtrails all through here. And that's what I was seeing in the late afternoon. As this approaches the west coast, I can see the chemtrail haze offshore. And we see that upper level low starting to develop. Okay, here's the surface analysis map. We can see high pressure. It's been installed right here on the west side of that low pressure system. Got a big trough right here running right down the west coast. High pressure over the northwest as well. And that developing gale, which is on the other side of this high. They've got a transmitter on that. That's all. Everything is separated by those channels of high pressure. And we've got a couple of lows out here moving to the north. All right, let's take a look next at this is the jet stream map. We only have half a map. Let's try to refresh that. Okay, we've got a half a map. And we can see some high-speed rotation around that surface to upper level low right there. Let's take a look at the sea level pressure analysis, and we can see the high pressure that's been installed right here, and that low pressure, that this is a surface to upper level low right here. This is a closed low right there depicted. And so the wind, we've got these two pressure gradients, and the wind moves right down between the two, and that's why we had a lot of wind. Now here's the 500 millibar. We see all those squiggly lines. This is varying degrees of high and low pressure. We've got descending air mixed in with rising air, and that's why these lines are all squiggly. You see that on the 500 millibar map. Now on the 300, we see the same features. All these lines are all squiggly. And that's indicating the manipulation by the transmitters. Okay, so that is the report for today. And we hope that these weather controllers will maintain dry conditions for Oroville right up here, so that they have a chance to drain that lake. There is a forecast for heavy rain up in Northern California again, starting I think Wednesday or something, maybe earlier than that. Let's put some high pressure right here and leave it there for a couple of weeks so these people can do what they need to do. There's a mandatory evacuation right now in Oroville. Everything downstream from that dam is being evacuated, everybody, because of that problem. And these people that are controlling our weather, if they allow rain, a lot of rain this coming week, we know that those people are going to have to answer to the greater authority in the universe for that one. Okay, that's it, and we hope that the people in Oroville get a break. All right, that's it.